Monday evening of the long weekend. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you spent some time today just being relaxed, potentially if you were able to. It helped that the sun was out today, and I woke up intentionally feeling like I was going to give myself some time today. And what I noticed by not packing on all the things this morning of things to do was that when I woke up, I didn't immediately go into that tense state of, oh my gosh, okay, so what are all the things that I need to do today? So I just really allowed myself to relax and wake up when I wanted, not to put any criteria around that. When I felt like I was ready to get up, I got up, I started my day, similar routine and the rituals that I partook in this morning. Making up words, I think, but who knows? Anyway, I enjoyed my morning, and then ultimately throughout the day, it just felt really relaxed. And it was such a nicer state to be in. And even though today I accomplished some major things, like I still got some stuff done, there was a lack of intensity around it. It was really simple. We kind of meandered. I like the meandering. Certainly things were getting done, and we had what turned out to be a very accomplished weekend. But giving myself the time and energy today just to be more and do less. And give myself permission just to be throughout the day. And it's a practice because it's not my go-to. It's that sense of, being a hustler. Always hustling, always, what do I got to hustle for? What do I have to earn? But our house and our garden and all the areas in our house and the fence and the gate and the signs that are going up and the things that are being built, including the boat that's outside. Ken spent a lot of time this weekend working on his project, and it helped that I had my own creative process, that I had my own creative outlet, and that I had my own project to work on, because then neither one of us feels like we're waiting on each other. Like, I'm waiting for you, you're waiting for me, what's going on? The tension in that doesn't feel very good. So that was kind of a nicer way to have today be, which was fab. And again, a choice, right? Ultimately, what kind of time do I want to be having? When I describe what that is, when I predetermine what that was, today was about relaxing. It's all the way across the calendar. Relaxation, unstressed, chilled out. And then giving myself that gift over and over and over again, instead of feeling the intensity of what can be the tension that happens. Today I read something on my mom's Facebook page about success and significance. And when I read it, it just stood out so much about, we human beings happen to considerably take on this idea that we need to be successful and we're always in the pursuit of success. And there's nothing wrong with success. But if it's the only thing that drives you and it's the only thing that is going to be the beginning, middle, and end of anything, then what's the point? Because to me, that's a race to the end. Significance, on the other hand, can be created in every single moment, in every single stage. And so do I want to lead a successful life? Or do I want to lead a significant one? It said, live a life worth copying. Because long after you are gone, the success and the money that you made will not last, but your significance will. It is something that is not determined just by the money that you make or the success that you have, because you can be significant in troubling and challenging times. It just really spoke to me on a level that I really appreciated today, this idea of being the source, so learnings that I did, a couple weeks ago, that instead of being the seeker of these things and seeking them outside of myself, being the source of them. So, a couple weeks ago, I would have read that as seeking significance. And that, again, is outside of myself. It's somewhere out there that I'm going to try and grab from to then feel significant and have it try and stick to me. But when I'm the source of that, it comes from inside. That significance is a feeling, it's a felt experience, and then it radiates out. And that to me felt pretty magical, to make that shift of from seeker to source. And the idea that although I am in the pursuit of succeeding things and I'm in the pursuit of success, that if and when I switch that to significance, that it's a game changer effectively. Because to me, it's richer. There's more texture to it. It's deeper. It's interwoven. Significance is a proud feeling. Success feels driven. I wonder if you feel the difference between those two things. I just know for me that that's what showed up today. Success, significance. Live a life worth copying. Live a life worth feeling significant in. And today, remembering that all the time, slowing myself down instead of the intensity of must accomplish. It is project time. And in breathing easier in all of those places, I still accomplished a ton of things today, but there was less intensity around it. It was a lot more flowing, a lot more peaceful, a lot more kind to myself and others, and probably to myself and for others. And yet I still got pretty much everything that I set out to do today, still got done, but not with the level of intensity, because today I was being significant. I was just being. It's a practice, because I know that, I don't go from 30, probably 40 years of trying to earn my worth and do it habitually like this and feel out like I need to source all of those things outside of myself. Love me, give me some attention, recognition, please. I just want some acknowledgement. If somebody could just pay attention to me. There's a level of desperation there, and I know that as a child, I took a lot of my parents' energy. I see that in my 2-year-old. She demands and commands a lot of energy, and it's consistent, and it's intense. So I understand the big soul that I am, and I've always been this sort of gregarious being, loud, funny, some days. But I see her and she's a ham, and I get that still takes a lot of energy to keep up with, right? And so even though I see it through the eyes right now, where I can see this 2-year-old who is demanding a lot of energy, as a child, when I was 4, and my parents were quite dismissive of me, it wasn't me that they were dismissing. It was because they had long work weeks. It's because they worked both of them full time. It's because by the weekend, I'm sure that they were just ready to chill. And there's this demand that happens, right? I need your attention. Please give me your attention. And when I don't get it, then I make up something about me. There's something wrong with me that I can't get what I need. Because I need this recognition. I need this acknowledgement. And now that I understand that I'm the source of all of these things, it just is a slight switch, right? It's just a slight difference in taking a look at something, and potentially could make a very big difference in the long run. Every day I'm learning something. Every day I'm taking a little look at something. Every day I'm experiencing tons of things. And today I experienced so much joy. I watched my granddaughter as she rode off in her bike chariot with my son and his wife, just taking a ride around the block and really enjoying life. And as I see people interacting, and oh, by the way, our Silly Walk sign went up today. And I saw a lot of people, usually adults, walk by and pretend that they didn't see it. And then there was one guy while we were standing outside, and he totally did a Silly Walk. And I was like, yes, thank you for doing a Silly Walk. It's not a demand. The sign says, "Welcome to the jurisdiction of silly walks. Please help us spread smiles and laughter. Show us your silly walk." Some people are going to participate and some people will not. My hope is that it brings levels of joy to everyone who sees the sign. And that ultimately some of those people that won't participate but maybe really want to might see somebody else doing it and then allow themselves permission to look goofy. Because I know as adults, we think that we should look proper and not goofy, and you don't want to look silly and you don't want to stand out. It's just an opportunity to have fun. Ultimately, there's no demand for it. And, people could cross the street and go down the other way if they'd prefer, and or they'll participate. But I love that I don't have the attachment that I normally would to it, and that it's literally just about bringing some fun. Because I think that in life, we need to play more often. We need to learn how to be more like children and experience life through all of our senses and not give a rat's ass what anybody else thinks. And it's a hard thing because we're conditioned to fit into a certain way of being, particularly if we've felt wrong for being the way that we are. I've continually seeked outside of myself to, am I okay now? Am I okay? Can you love me now? Can you love me now? How about now? Am I good enough now? To a complete 180. I love myself so much. And it's such a good gig. And I get to say what's good for me. I get to say what brings me joy. I get to choose the behaviors, the experiences that I want to feel fulfilled. And to me, that means that I'm living closer to and more aligned with my purpose. And so as this week progresses and there are things that are still coming into place, some of them scare me. They're a stretch of my comfort zone. It's going to be interesting to see what comes in the next couple of weeks. But stay tuned because it should be fun. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you and pretty much anybody walking by over here on our busy street. So I hope that today you felt joy. I hope today that you gave yourself some peace. I hope today that you felt some sort of happiness. And I know it's crazy out there and things are lax, but COVID-19 isn't gone. And so it's a confusing time of, things feeling like they're somewhat back to normal when realistically they're not, and it could be ongoing, and that unsure place and how tense that has made me in the past, and how easily I'm practicing more and more just to release the need to control any of that and just take on the personal responsibility of being safe when I'm out and taking care of myself here while I'm at home and hoping that everyone else is doing the same thing. So much love on this Monday evening. This is going to be a short week, so pay attention. Tomorrow's Tuesday, people, and then hump day already. It's kind of crazy. Gotta love a holiday. So much love to you out there. Hopefully that you're being kind to yourself and others. I love you. See you tomorrow.